Okay, hello. Hello, it's a pleasant time out with me today on mind and emotional wellness with Nkechi. Have you been? How are you? It feels good to be here. And, I'm just happy being here to have this conversation, to spur you up and to motivate you and to excite you and make you know that you are absolutely, a fantastic person. I've never always been like this. I've looked at myself and I'm like, oh, wow, I've come this far. Well, I used to be that girl who had very, very low self-esteem. Oh, goodness me. I was that young girl who had very, very bad low self-esteem about herself. I didn't like the way I look. I never liked the color of my hair. I didn't like the fact that I had a red lip. I feel like the fact that I was slim, I was completely not happy with the way I look. I didn't like it. And I had that issue. I felt I wasn't beautiful. I wasn't pretty. I wasn't, like every other girl. I was just not fine. And so I lived with that all through my teenage years until I was done with secondary school. And then I think one day I went to church and we had, and the pastor said, well, today we're not going to read the Bible. I'm not going to preach today. And we'll just sit down and allow God to speak to us and tell us what He wants to tell us individually. And I was like, hello, how's that going to happen? And so he said, okay, everybody, everybody stand up, go outside the church premises, and just look for any corner of the church, any place around the church to sit still and hear God speak to you. And I was like, huh, what? I said, okay. So we all stepped outside, and then we got outside, and then I had to go close to where there were flowers, beautiful flowers. So I just sat down close to a flower, put the flowers over there. And I was thinking, what would God tell me right now? Like, seriously, God, what are you going to say? So I think something about the flowers drew me. And I just sat looking at the flowers. And I saw this particular flower had different colors. Like, there were colors that I've never seen before. I don't even know their names. But the stem of the flower was just colorful and beautiful, different colors. And I was like, oh my God, this looks beautiful. I mean, there are different flowers here, and each of them is uniquely beautiful. And it was at that point that it hit me so hard that I was like, oh my God, we're all different. God made everybody different. We all don't look the same. We all don't even think the same. Even twins are never, the same. And I sat down there. I don't know what just happened to me. I literally sat down there and tears streams down my face because I suddenly realized that God made me the way I am, and it's absolutely beautiful. God made me this way. God made me absolutely gorgeous. And we are all different people, but we are all beautifully made in the image of the Almighty. It was an aha moment for me. There was this peace that came all over me. Because for the very first time, I came to like who I was. I came to accept me for me. And so we all go back into the church auditorium. And then the pastor was like, okay, I hope you all heard from God today personally. And I was like, oh my God, it was the most profound experience I've ever felt as a young girl. I felt so peaceful, so happy, just the way I am. And so he asked, okay, so does anyone have to share what God said to you today? And I had to raise my hand up and I said, and I began to tell the story of how I came into church with so much low self-esteem about who I am, and how just going close to this flower made me see how beautiful I am. And today, for the very first time in my 17 years, I truly feel happy. I truly love the way I look. I truly love the color of my hair, my lip, my face, my slim build. I love me, and it's so exhilarating. I was crying when I was sharing that story because I understood that I was beautiful just the way I am. And I know there are a whole lot of you out there who have this so much misgivings about yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not lovable enough. Nobody wants me. Nobody likes me. Nobody cares about me. Those are mindset that pulls you to the back. But you've got to be able to break through that and see that this man, this woman is exceptional. And the moment I saw myself as an exceptional being, I felt different. I felt good. I felt super. I felt excited. I felt so different. I love me. I love me. So I'm hoping that you will learn from this to look inward again and tell the real you that you are more than enough. You were unique. You were excellent. You were smart. You were beautiful. You are intelligent. There's a whole lot out there when you feel good about yourself. Most importantly, that you are enough. You are okay. You are perfect. You are just awesome, just the way you are. I love that song by Barry White, you know, just the way you are. You are just the way you are, and it's perfectly okay. There's never anybody like you. There's no one that looks like you. There's no one that talks like you. There's no one that thinks like you. There's no one that laughs like you. So that makes you special. I'll say it again to you. You are extremely special. Thank you for being with me on mind and emotional wellness on this edition, and I'm hoping that I've spurred you up to like yourself. I've spurred you up to feel good about yourself, because there's no one else like you.